Hello mga Jaconatics and mga ka-Engoo natin dyan. Welcome back to my channel. Again, this is your tutor Jaco at your service. Well, for today's video, alright, so nauso ngayon yang for today's video. Well, today's video, pag-aaralan natin how to file your first quarter return. Alright, so it's already May. This is May 1st actually. So, malapit na yung deadline natin for the first quarter. Again, your first quarter return is your income from January to March. All right? So, later in this video, I'm going to show you how to file your first quarter return using the eBIR form. And this video is actually a tutorial applicable for non VAT taxpayers. So if your income is above 3 million na, so you are considered VAT, so hindi ka pwede dito. And then for also for 8% income tax rate, those who opted the 8% income tax rate. And of course for online tutors like me, and then applicable din ito sa mga freelancers and also social media influencers and even, you know, content creators out there, YouTubers out there. So this video is also for you. Disclaimer lamang po tayo dito mga ka-Engoo and Jaconatics. This video is for training purposes only. Any conflicts between this video with the revenue regulations, memorandum orders, memorandum circulars, tax advisories, and the train law under Article Republic Act 10963, the latter shall prevail. All right, and again, all the things that I will be sharing here is based on my own personal experience with my BIR transactions. All right. For our agenda for today's video, so we have part one. This video is about FAQ or frequently asked questions and also discussions. Part 2 is the actual filing of the first quarter, and then part 3 is the second quarter, and then part 4 is the third quarter. All right, for our first question for today's video, so what is eBIR Forms? Of course, the Electronic Bureau of Internal Revenue Forms, eBIR Forms, was developed primarily to provide taxpayers with an alternative mode of preparing and filing tax returns that is easier and more convenient. Grabe guys, it's really easy. All you just need to do is to download the eBIR form. So makikita niyo yan sa website, and then later ipapakita ko rin sa inyo how to download the eBIR forms. Okay, another question, ano ba yung difference ng EFPS over eBIR forms? Okay, kailangan natin malaman para di tayo malito. Alright, now, the EFPS system is only available for the top 5,000 individual taxpayers or top 20,000 private corporations, large companies, government bidders, insurance companies, stockbrokers, and national government agencies. In addition, you're also required to use EFPS if you're a temp taxpayer or an accredited importer under RR 10-2014. TAMP is also known as the Taxpayer Account Manager Program. Alright, so for EFPS, meron tayong tax account manager. Individuals or judicial entities under this program are taxpayers identified by their respective revenue district offices based on criteria set by the BIR. So, kailangan mong mag-apply, okay, or you make a request. Actually, sasubmit ka ng request letter for using the EFPS. So, if you're a freelancer or a small biz owner or you are an online teacher, then you can't use the EFPS. You will need to file your taxes via eBIR forms or manually. Alright? So, yung alternative is the eBIR forms. Kung hindi ka pwede sa EFPS, and then you can use the eBIR forms if hindi ka qualified. Alright? May mga instances na if hindi available yung website ng EFPS, like for example, mayroon silang downtime, so you can opt to use the eBIR forms. Alright? So while waiting for the EFPS, especially kapag ka-deadline na for filing. Alright? Tapos hindi nag-work yung system ng EFPS. So you can use the eBIR forms. But eventually, after, para makapasok ka lang sa deadline. But eventually, pag ma-okay na yung EFPS, you can use the EFPS again. Alright? Alright. Another frequently asked question. So another question, what is 8% IT rate? The 8% tax rate is applicable only to self-employed and individuals or sole proprietors and professionals whose gross receipts or gross sales and other non-operating income for the year do not exceed the 3 million pesos mark. All right? So that's actually value added tax or VAT threshold and are not subject to other types of percentage tax. Now, how does the 250,000 exemption applies? Alright, so ito yung ating exemption so when we file our tax. So under the new train law, those who earn less than 250,000 annually are exempt from paying income tax returns. Okay, so if you fall under this bracket, you don't have to pay your annual ITR, but you still have to file. Again, this is the common mistake of the taxpayers. Kapag ka zero na, akala nila pwede na hindi mag-file. Alright? Kahit zero tax ka, you still have to file. Alright? Kasi pag hindi ka nag-file, so magiging ano yan. Alright? So magpe-penalty ka na. No? Whenever your next filing na. So, magpe-penalize ka na yan. Mape-penalize ka na yan by the BIR. So, kahit zero, you have to still file. If in case you will exceed the 250,000 exemption, alright? Like for example, in a year, parang umabot ka na ng, 300,000, alright? So since ang exemption is 250, so yung 50,000 is actually taxable. Alright? So how to compute your tax due? Of course, that's 8%, 0.08, so that's 8%. And then your gross sales, example natin kanina is 300,000 minus 250. Alright? So 50,000 times 8%, that is your tax due. Alright? Again, mapa-finalize mo lang yan kasi for the first quarter, hindi mo pa you can actually hindi mo pa siya ma-certain, alright, for the moment. So, mapa-finalize mo yan after or during the filing of your annual income tax return. And yes, ito. No, minsan, naguguluhan tayo. Bakit mayroong 1701A tapos mayroon pang 1701Q? Alright, so again, 1701A, this is actually annual income tax return using the 8% IT rate. If you're not using the IT rate, if you're using the graduated income tax rate, so you use 1701. Okay, walang A. Again, pag may A, that is for 8% IT rate. Alright? 1701Q, Q actually stands for quarter. Okay, quarter return. So ito na yung isasubmit mo, 1701Q for the first quarter, January, February, March, na income mo, and then the deadline will be May 15. Alright, and then the next 3 quarters, second and then third quarter. Wala nang fourth quarter because the fourth quarter is your annual income tax return. Okay, so up to third quarter lang. Alright. Here are the deadlines, all right, for your quarter returns and of course your annual returns as well. So your first quarter, which is your income from January to March, will be the 15th of May. All right, so May 1 ngayon, so you have 14 days to file, all right, your first quarter income tax return. For the second quarter, that's actually from April to June income mo. So the deadline will be the 15th of August. Okay, this year. And then third quarter, your income for July to September, the deadline will be November 15. All right? So again, that's up to third quarter kasi yung fourth quarter, if finalize mo na siya using the ITR or the income tax return. All right? Kasi yung income tax return, that would serve as your fourth quarter or the final return actually. So that composed of January to that is composed of your January to December income. All right, and then the deadline for the ITR or the annual income tax return is on the 15th of April of the following year. So today is 2022. So the deadline for your ITR will be April 15 of the year 2023. All right, this is it, Pansit. Okay, now I'm gonna teach you how to file using the eBIR forms. Pero, so ikakat muna natin ang part 1, alright? Because part 2 is, of course, how to file using the eBIR forms. Of course, part 2 will be the first quarter return. Part 3 will be the second quarter return. And then part 4 is your third quarter return. Alright, so for now, thank you muna guys. And if you are new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. Okay, if you like this video, please hit like and then click also the notification bell so that you will also be updated of all my videos. Okay, new uploads. Alright, so that's it for today and hope to see you again in my next video. Bye for now. See you soon.